Metro Drones, Mike Henrik, how you doing? Rennick, I guess you said the H was silent. Okay. I kind of try and remember that. So, yeah, Merry Christmas to you too, everybody. We're getting down to the wire now. What do we have? Today's Tuesday. 5 more days till Christmas. Actually, 4, I think it is. 1, 2, 3, 4 days till Christmas. Yeah. Still, oh, they still haven't let you know, Mike. Oh, that's interesting. You should be hearing from them, I would imagine, pretty soon. That's just my guess, but yeah, you'd like to know what the status of your replenishment is. Yeah, for those of you that are just joining, if you get a chance, go back and watch Philly Drone Life. He put his Mavic 3, his new Mavic 3, through the paces over there, and did a really good job of active track and showing some of the differences in the Mavic 3, especially in a crowded area. As most of you know, Michael flies in Philadelphia. So, and there's Justin. How you doing?
What's going on?
Another day in paradise, as they say, right?
Not today where I'm at. It's rainy. It's just been raining nonstop since yesterday.
Yeah, I see that you were in a slight risk for severe weather.
Morning, guys.
Hey, and there's Mr. Rob.
It was nice. How's it going, Rob? It was nice yesterday, but it started raining like, say, about 7, 8 o'clock last night, and it's been raining nonstop ever since.
Yeah, I posted a couple of videos last night, so.
Yeah, I just watched that nighttime one you did. That was pretty good. Just the right amount of light.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And it was just perfect. And I debated whether or not to go. Oh, Michael.
Hello, boy. I missed you.
Yeah, miss you too. I'm on live right now. Say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
That's Michael, Philly Drone Life.
Hey, what's happening, Mikey?
Welsh Rob says hi, Mikey, and
I was just watching this stream.
He was just watching your stream.
Hello, Welsh.
Hey, how you doing, mate?
Send me a link, boy. I'll go upstairs.
You can just go to the chat too, Michael, and at the top I posted the link right up there.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay. I just came in. I'll see you in a little bit.
All right. Bye.
Hey, Metro Drones. Hey, Mike.
Yeah, Mike. I think Michael called me to wish me a Merry Christmas.
Hey, he's a idea, Mikey. He's mad as at us.
He is. I would say in the drone community, he is Mr. Entertainment. And Paul Hodges, how you doing, Paul?
Hey guys. Yep.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Justin, Rob.
How you doing, bud?
Oh, we're doing it. Just sitting here waiting to hear if Bonnie's going back today or not, or what the story is. And
yeah, I was going to say, is that status? I'm sure they're going to monitor her pretty closely since she had her surgery.
Yeah.
Because you said her white cells are up, and that indicates to me, just my old paramedic days, that's she's got some kind of an infection going on somewhere.
Yeah, well, and also they're taking her staples out this morning there too at the hospital. So.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, well, if the staples come out, that's then they can just the wound can heal.
Yeah, because I called Valley View yesterday and I said, today I couldn't remember if it was yesterday or today that she was due to have her stitches out or staples out. And anyways, I called Valley View, so who's going to do it, right? And she said, so I'm going to call the hospital right now. They can probably do it right there. So then last night when I was up there, they said, yeah, they were going to do it first thing in the morning.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, no.
Now, she in pretty good spirits, Paul?
Actually, she was really good last night. I was quite surprised how well she was doing last night. She almost had a conversation with her last night. So,
well, the thing of it is the cloudiness never totally goes away, but I think it has its periods. And just a guess on my part, if she is suffering from a mild infection, that will increase her temperature and everything else, and could also help cloud.
Yep. So, I think I got somebody who wants to go outside.
Yeah,
as soon as I get online, you got to go. Just right back.
So, Rob, how are you doing? I saw you over there playing on the game yesterday.
Yeah, I know. Sorry I couldn't make it over to yours last night as well.
Oh, that's okay. I understand. You're always welcome, Rob. Always.
Oh, yeah, I really appreciate it. It's just, it gets late. And then I just don't get time.
Right.
Hey, Mikey. He's in the chat.
Yeah. Yeah, Michael's in the chat. I'm hoping he comes over here. I'm going to send him the link anyway.
So what are you doing? Hiding in the dark there, Justin?
Yeah, I'm just working on something, so I just turn my camera off.
Yeah. So
So what you
yeah.
printing there, Rob?
This is a stand for somebody bought I don't know, some autograph shoe or something, so they want a stand for it to be made on.
Oh,
So-
okay.
That's going to be a big stand.
and here he comes now. The one
Hey,
and only
Holy mackerel! There's somebody I haven't seen
Billy
in a long
Drone
time.
Light.
Who's that? I don't recognize that guy.
Morning, Mikey.
Hey, Michael.
Mike.
Can
Been a
you hear
while.
me?
Yeah,
Oh,
Am I
yeah.
here?
yeah, you're
You are.
here. It's been a long time, Michael.
I
Turn your
know.
turn your phone
Hello.
sideways.
Everything looks screwed up though. Why? I don't see everybody's face. Paul.
Turn your phone
Go
sideways.
up in the top, button up in the top, and go to change your view.
No, if he's on his phone, he's just got to swipe to the side.
Oh, swipe to the side. Okay.
Oh shit! I fucked up. Oh god. Oh no! I hit buttons. I
Hey,
hit buttons.
You're back.
Wait, but I don't see. Ah, here I am. I'm back.
Hey,
I
we're
don't
here.
see everybody's face. I don't like that. How you talk and pop in shit.
Oh,
swipe
yeah.
swipe it to the side, and it'll
Swipe
go
to
to a
the right.
gallery view.
And then choose gallery view.
No, on the phone, you just swipe to the
Oh, I
side.
got
Paul.
you. Thank you, mate. Thank you,
Yeah.
mate. I see
And
it.
then turn your phone now on its side so that you got a
Turn
better
your phone
picture.
sideways, and you get the full view. There
That's
you go.
I am the greatest. Thank you. Ralph, thank you, Rob.
Good flight this morning.
Yes.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. You know,
Enjoy
let me just tell you something. Part of what hello, Mr. Hodges and
Hey,
Paul,
Mike.
hello, everybody. Back when I first started flying, and Paul will tell you this, what got me so into drones is that I could share my flights with the world. It was so awesome to be able to send a drone up and not only me appreciate it, but then to be able to live stream it and stream it with the world. And it was so much fun. And then when I got in all that problem with the FAA, it probably wasn't a good, not to mention that Google did their little thing with DJI. So now it just became so hard to go live from the drone. So now you have to use third-party apps, not to mention that with the third-party app, it records your screen, and that's not something you really want if you don't want any trouble. I decided to do what I did this morning because I don't give a fuck. So at this point, I don't care. Do what you want.
There you go.
There you go. I decided to go live saying, fuck yous all. And you know what? This time, make $1 million.
Yeah,
Make it $1 million.
exactly.
I was expecting you to go all gentle then.
Fuck them all. Fuck 'em.
What?
It's
Wow.
a freaking drone.
Hey, Michael, that was a nice flight this morning, though. The weather was cooperated and everything.
You know, Paulie, let me tell you something. The biggest problem with this drone, you're going to laugh. Do you have it, Paul?
No, I don't. No.
Oh, Paul,
I'm flying the Air 2S, and I'm just loving
It's
it.
just as good. Just as good. Just as good. Well, maybe not. It's not.
Well, Michael, you like to use all those little extras on there, and all I do is I straight fly. That's all I
Paul, listen to me. I'm being honest with you. The camera on this is so good.
Uh-huh.
Literally, when you see it instantly, you're like, oh my God. And you're familiar with it because you flew all them bigger cameras.
Yeah.
The S, the 7, and the 5. That's what it looks like, Paul.
Uh-huh.
So nice. It's so nice. But yeah, so I decided, you know what? It's Christmas here. Let's start bringing joy. Let's bring a freaking flight to everybody. Where are they going to find me? $20,000 because I flew over a fucking moving person? Screw you. I mean, really? It's bullshit. And there was a fucking ant on the floor. It's another 12 grand.
Yeah.
So,
Some of them flights above the clouds have been incredible.
oh, man.
They have.
Yeah, the only thing I wish your telemetry didn't show, but if you notice, if I tap on my resolutions,
Uh-huh.
it puts up a black bar on the bottom and it covers your telemetry.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So I just keep choosing, I'll choose 4K or whatever at 30. And once you choose it, a black bar comes up, covers the whole bottom. So you do have to look at that. But hey, at least everybody ain't looking at 401 feet. That's another 20 grand.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. It's so ridiculous. But yeah, the drone, I'll if I had to compare this for everybody that's interested, that has an Air 2 or an Air 2S, as far as the distance, it's exactly the same thing as your Air 2S. Exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Except for when you put in the RC Pro. Once you bring that into the mix, it's different. At that point, that thing is a monster.
What's
it even
the RC
searches.
Pro then?
What's that?
What's the RC Pro?
The RC Pro is the
Oh, the
actual
controller.
smart control.
Oh,
The
yes,
smart-
yes, okay.
Because this particular smart controller has a boosted signal. It's not only transmitting radio signals in 10 hertz and 20 hertz, but it's also using a 40 hertz radio bandwidth as well. So it's constantly searching all around. And
Yeah, for the best one.
yes, and
Especially
you
with
can-
you're flying in congested areas, that's what you need.
Cool.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, you see it even with the stock controller. I can now get all the way to the river before I even start to lose a signal, which is amazing from my car. Guys, I was sitting in my car
in the canyon.
in
know,
up
building.
my
Yeah.
little street in a row home in my car where my wife sleeps.
Yep.
And the children played with their toys.
Yeah.
Shit, that's incredible, isn't it?
Isn't it? And 7,000, 8,000 feet from my car up a row street. That's just sick.
It's a mile and
So-
a half.
What's that?
It's a mile and a half, isn't it?
A mile and a half. Now the RC Pro will allow me to go into Jersey from my car. So I
Oh my
literally could
God.
sit in my car and fly to another state with that controller. It's just phenomenal. But I will tell you, the Mavic 3 does still have some issues. There's still some camera slop a little bit. It's not horrible. Does anybody here have it? Or
No.
there's Hodges? Did you
Nope.
get it? Okay. Can you tell me why you didn't guy it? What was the reason that you didn't? I mean, other than price, obviously. Price? Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I've already got the A2,
Yeah, Michael,
the A2S.
Rob has every drone known to
But
man.
no, just
Free.
I've got the Evo 2 and I got the Inspire 2.
Ooh.
So I just couldn't see the need for it, you know, for all
Have
that
you got the
money.
Inspire too? Yeah.
So yeah, I got the X7 with it.
Rob does a lot of commercial stuff over there in the UK. So
Wow. God bless you, Robert.
Yeah. So and I got the 8K Evo as
Wow.
well. So yeah, I just didn't.
Well, I will be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. I've been flying drones for a couple years. Hands down, as far as camera, I'm just talking camera. It's phenomenal. It's the best camera I've ever seen on any drone that I've flown to date. And I've flown some of Billy's bigger ones, that the X5. I have never flown the X7 camera, but I've flown the X5, and I would say that the color dynamics of the Hasselblad and their color science, it's spot on. And the dynamic range of this drone is just through the roof. It's absolutely phenomenal. And you can notice it immediately right from the display, because it's shooting back 1080 at 60 frames a second, which no other drone does.
No, the only thing I like with the Mavic 3 is the 120 frames per second. That's
correct.
That's the only thing which really took
4K.
Me. Yeah, 4K 120. You think, wow,
wow. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. Now, believe it or not, Rob, it's not on there yet.
Isn't it? No.
It's not on there yet. That's coming in the new year. A lot of the frame rates are missing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's not even there yet. Yeah. That's a little disheartening. I got to be honest with you. But this is how I'm looking at it. And Paul can understand this. When you first get a drone, there's a ton of stuff, right? All these smart things, all this, it's like overwhelming. This drone, empty, literally has camera and video. That's it. So it kept it nice and simple, and it's a slow process of learning.
Be right back, guys.
Go ahead, Paulie. But
but all the money you paid for it, you'd expect all the features to work, wouldn't you?
You know, that's the big argument. Let me tell you something. I don't have any. I'm on welfare. I had to walk around. I mean, you guys seen what I did walking for a Mavic 3. I had to sell 3 drones, literally kill myself to get into this drone. And so I was a little hurt too to see that I did all that work to get into something that ain't even finished. It's like, come on, guys.
Yeah, I can say it's not done yet. There's
no, it is not.
No.
And
I think they put it out too quick.
Yes, they did. They absolutely did. And the problem I have is the flight performance. They didn't say that the drone was going to fly, wasn't going to fly right. They just said that certain smart features weren't going to be there. I could live with that. What I can't live with is the little jumping that the drone does, a little camera knock, a little, come on, man. When you're spending that kind of money, it's not supposed to do that.
Yeah. But I seen Dustin Dunelm, is it?
Mm-hmm.
I seen his range test with it. He actually ran out of range, didn't he, before he ran out of signal?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that was.
And he's on the side of a mountain in Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's one house, Rob, that like he has signaled, like he has to worry about. Not one.
But I think that's the only drone where he's actually not run out of signal. He had full signal, but had to turn around and come back.
Yep.
Everything else, he does get choppy signal and lose signal and whatnot.
And that's what, hey, listen, you know it. If you can get a mile in any environment, you can get 1 mile, you're good. That's all you ever really need to go. Whenever you're doing a job, you're usually parked within a mile of that structure. So,
it's just to handle the interference, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, and that's what you want. You want something strong enough to where when you get behind the building, it
I'm
could
just
still
about to
shoot
say
that.
that.
Yeah, and that's what you want. And in Philly, there's nothing but concrete. It's a concrete jungle, so there's nothing but buildings and trees and well, not so many trees, buildings, and so it's nice. This O3 Plus is just the only thing I wish the RC Pro did. I wish it had a microphone on it. I wish you can do more with it.
Yeah.
Because when I make a video, I need my voice with the camera. So what I do is I fly with my Mini 5 connected to the stock, and I use this for my audio.
Right.
Yeah, so I capture the screen plus the SD card plus my audio is all right there on the monitor. On the RC Pro, you don't have that. You got to plug into it. The audio still isn't that good because it's a USB. It's not good. It's like, what the fuck?
There's just a minute, Mike. There's a few people in the chat saying hi to you. There's Mike, Go Fish, Laura, and a few others saying hi to you.
Oh shit! I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't even realize where I was. I'm online. Shit.
I just thought I'd say, let you know there was people saying hi to you.
Thank you, Rob. Hey guys, give me a second. I am so sorry, man.
Hey, Go Fish. Hey, Laura.
I forgot I was even on YouTube.
You've got Justin here.
Give me a second, guys, and I will be right here. Come on, Paulie. Where's
Sorry about that. Mia had to go out.
That's all right. Hey, Jeremy.
Drone 863, hello. Go Fish, hello, my friend. Mikey, Jeremy Cox, hello. Hello, everybody. Go fish, go fucking fish.
Fish is
Stella.
That's Stella.
Hey, Stella, how's your ass?
Hey, well, Michael, you may not know this, but AZ Drone, you know AZ.
I do know AZ.
He bought the Mavic 3 Cinna with the whole setup and everything too.
Wow. Yes. I got the Paul. I thought for sure you were going to jump on that.
I thought about it, but you know what? My go-to drone, ever since I stopped flying Inspires, my go-to drone has always been the Mavic 2 Pro.
Correct.
And so I thought, well, I'll give this because I looked all the specs up on the Air 2S. And so I bought the Air 2S, about 3-4 months ago, Paul, I think.
Yep. Yeah, something like that. But
and it's now my go-to drone, It just,
I knew it.
Because I love the zoom.
Yep.
And I bought a smart controller for it too. So
the new one.
No, the old one. I bought the old one used. Saved some money. I think I only paid $500 or $600 for it. So.
Poor.
Well, the new one's what, $1,250?
$1,200. But why did you get the old one?
I bought it before the new one came out.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I done. I bought the Smart Controller about 3 weeks before the Maverick came out. Maverick 3.
Yep.
That's fucked up.
But it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
And I've become very. But what I miss is, Michael, you remember you and I were talking quite a while ago, but I'm using that the DJI Crystal Sky Ultra 2000 nits.
You're still using that, Paul?
No, I'm using the smart controller.
Okay.
But I used the other one with the Mavic 2 Pro, but I haven't flown the Mavic 2 Pro now since I got the Air 2S.
Well, the Mavic 3, to give you an idea, the Mavic 3 is the Mavic 2. It flies just like the Mavic 2, but Paul, the camera is even better than the Air 2S. I'm being honest with you. The Air 2S is my number one drone because it don't have any problems.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Just doesn't have any problems. Yeah. However, the Mavic 3, the speed on the rise and the down, really
was-
like for chasing trains.
I
for
was just
getting
about to say
things.
that.
Yeah, it is amazing. The speed is twice
yes.
as fast. And it really helps when you're trying to get on to
I
something.
seen Billy Kyle doing it.
Oh,
And,
really?
But with the Maverick 3, there's only so much you can do on YouTube.
Correct.
So,
Yeah.
you know, you just...
Hello to Jeremy Cox, Ron at RL Photography.
Oh, hey, Ron.
Little Llama Laura has joined you. She wants to come over and slap Rob around a little bit.
Yeah, and I just, I don't know. I can't seem to,
Well, you know, the sad part of it is, Michael, and I think you'll agree with this, is when you get into drones and you get serious about wanting to fly, there's always a newer, bigger, better one just around the corner. You know?
Yeah, you know, it gets to a point though, and I got to be honest with you, Paul. This is this, and maybe other people are going through this as well, but this is going to be the last camera drone, and this is a big statement, but will be the last camera drone I think I'll ever buy. And simply because after looking at the quality that this thing puts out, it's already way past what I use it for.
Yeah.
Way past. I mean, it is phenomenal. So I don't see myself ever getting another camera drone. What I do see, I feel like their next drone coming out will either be the Mini 3 or the sub 249 FPV drone.
yeah.
I think that's coming.
Well,
That's something I would
do you
have fun
think
with.
they're going to come out with another Inspire 3?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, I think so. And I think that's coming this year, Paul. I'll know soon enough.
I did. It's
Right.
becoming in the middle of beginning of next year. The Inspire 3.
I don't know why, but I can see them freshening that platform up.
Yeah, I know Sony has got that Air Speak or whatever it is. But
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
20,000. That is, isn't it?
But I got to be honest, I'm a little upset at DJI for how they played us this time around. And so they lost a lot of respect from me, you know, selling that controller for $1,200 and then 2 weeks later putting it in a package for the same price. I mean, I could have saved $500 freaking dollars by waiting a couple
Yeah.
weeks. You couldn't have told me that, you know. So they're supposed to be giving money back to the people that bought.
That's
the
what
Flymore.
I would think it'd be in their best interest to go and look at if you've registered it and then you purchased it, they should rebate it back. again.
Absolutely. I mean, what the fuck, Paul? I mean, I had to wound up putting almost $5,000 to get the Flymore package, and not the Cine, but the Flymore and the controller. If you wanted the controller, they made you do it separately. And then to come around and do that shit, not to mention rushing the drone out, not having it be finished.
Right.
Just all that. That's a lot of low.
Yeah.
For what? What was the
Well,
big rush?
on the flip side of that, though, Michael, we got spoiled when they started giving us what I would say good quality drones at a low price. When I bought my first Inspire 1, the original,
The white one. Right?
one battery, one controller, $3,600.
Yeah. That's about what they should cost, Paul. And now what's that drone cost?
Oh, if you go to Inspire 2, how much you got in your Inspire 2, Rob?
Just over 13,000.
13,000.
Oh my God.
By the time I bought all the lenses, 8 batteries, custom case, you know, all the extras and everything else, and the insurance on it, it was just over 13,000.
Rob can't go out on a commercial job and say, "Oh, I wish I had this," or "I wish I had that," or he's
What
got
do
to
you
have.
do, Rob? What do you do for a living? Like, is this your job for a living?
I've just got it recently. Of course, I'm in a wheelchair.
Oh, I didn't know
but,
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
God
he's-
bless you, man. You are
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
He gets out and gets around. In fact, he's even got a picture. I don't think I have it anymore, but Rob doing a wheelie in his wheelchair.
You're my fucking new hero. You are my new hero, man.
Rob is the ultimate survivor.
I did not know that. I did not know. That's
It's no
that is
bother.
amazing.
It's no bother. So yeah, I just got into a bit of commercial work with it, and so I thought, all right, I didn't want to show up to a gunfight with a knife, as you say.
So
Yeah.
it grew into bigger and bigger and bigger. Is that
Well,
what
no,
happened?
I just bought.
Oh, he
all
bought
at
it
once.
all in one deal.
What?
He bought
Yeah.
everything.
And I bought the Skydio, the Evo, the DJI FPV. I bought everything all at once.
What? What the? What
and,
the fuck?
and he had the distributor make custom hard cases for everything.
I know that costs money.
They all lock into one another,
Yeah.
so I
So
can
they
chuck them on
stack and
top,
lock and-
lock
yep,
them down, chuck them on top, lock them down.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
you can have a
Rob's got a theory that if you're gonna go first class. You know.
Oh, I did have the splash drone as well.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I've sent that back.
yeah. The
wasn't
why
impressed
did you
at all
send
with
the
that.
splash drone back? What didn't you
Ah.
like about that?
Half the features didn't work.
Correct.
The controller was just horrible. They got them two wheels on it, where it either the left one yaws it, and the right one obviously moves the drone left or right. But when you're flying it, you can actually roll that with your hand. So when you let go, you think the drone has stopped, but that
Right.
wheel has moved and the drone is flying. So, you try and stop it, though. Once you you start panicking. It's of course there's not a sensor on it.
Yeah,
You
there's
gotta
no
love.
collision
It-
avoidance. Yeah.
If you got a boat, it'd be amazing. But I wanted something for the rain, thinking it'd be ideal, but no. It hasn't even got downward sensors. It comes down with a crash if you're not watching. And
Yeah,
for
so
what
it,
it
does,
was,
it doesn't it doesn't flare like what we're used to.
Hi, Lynn.
Lenny,
Hey, Lynn's in the house. All right. Oh yeah.
Lynn's in the house.
wow.
Yeah,
good.
and Ron's in there too.
did you see what Lynn says?
Yeah, yeah.
She wants to know how I can afford the appearance fee that I owe to Mikey.
That's right.
Uh,
You
Ron's
tell
off
him,
the-
Lynn.
Ron's off to Yellowstone National Park today.
Oh, he's going to Yellowstone. All right.
Have an amazing time, Ron.
Now that's a man who lives life, man. Ron
Oh,
Lockwood,
yeah.
that son of a bitch has some.
Yeah.
You talk about pictures, man. That man
Yeah.
has some photo albums.
One day he's on a big Harley. The next day he's in a side by side through the forest.
Yeah.
And next day he's on a helicopter.
Yeah. The other day there was a jet in the background. You think, oh, for
Did you
God
see?
bless
Did you
him,
see
man.
one of his latest pictures? He moved, Michael. Moved
Oh,
into
I didn't know that.
He moved into a small community, and the house he bought a nice little house.
God
And
bless.
he'd come home, and there'd be all kinds of hoof prints on his yard. And there was actually, you could see where they were nesting on his front porch, the deer.
Fuck yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
did-
great.
Did
And
you
so
see the one where he was feeding them?
Yeah, he was feeding them with corn by hand.
The deer.
By
That big
hand.
like a buck. Holy
Yep.
crap, man.
Oh man. That's why. How could you hunt? How could you be a hunter when that happens, right?
Well, he is. He's a guy
Yeah.
for hunting. Yeah.
I know he is a hunter. He's a gay hunter.
And he's got four of them hanging on the wall right behind him when you see him.
yeah. 3 of them, isn't it? Is it 3?
3 or 4, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm telling you,
So what's next for you and your channel then, Mike?
well, that's a good point there, Rob. It's this whole YouTube thing, I'll tell you, it's tough. It is not something that, when you wonder why everybody doesn't do it, right? When you look at some people on YouTube, I know there's some channels, 1 million, 2 million, and they fucking, all they do is eat. They call them mukbangers. All they do, they go to fucking McDonald's. I could have been a superstar. All I needed was my fucking phone for all these years. So when I see that, I thought, shit, well, what the fuck? All they're doing is eating. Oh my God, I got a personality. This YouTube shit should be easy for me.
Yeah.
Oh no. So it's a lot of work. So where do I want to go? I mean, I'd like my channel to get to, it doesn't have to get to 1 million, but I'd like it to get to maybe 50,000 and just be okay with that, because at 50,000, you can make a living. If I can make $1,000 a month, $1,500 a month from YouTube, I'm happy. It would be income. And so that's where I want my channel to go. And if it can make,
how many subscribers are you now?
6,300, something like that. Some about, I mean, my goal was to get to 10,000 by Christmas. I obviously didn't achieve that goal, but I always set my goals higher. But I would like to just be able to support myself. That's really my goal with the channel. Have fun, give fun to other people, and then lastly, be able to support myself.
Michael, you're an entertainer. Let's just put it right up there. I mean, you're like a modern day version of Jerry Lewis.
I can remember you taking over Geeks Vanna's show when he invited you on. He didn't know what hit him. He didn't.
And now he won't talk to me. That fucking.
Oh God. He asked you, why are you doing YouTube? I want to make fucking money.
Why else?
Yeah, oh God. He didn't know what to say. He was stuttering and.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't know what to do. He's trying to be all classy.
Funny. It was.
Flying with Stan, how you doing today, my friend?
That was a couple of years ago, I think.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago, wasn't it, Michael, when you were on?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
When? What was 2 years ago?
When you was on.
Go on, sorry.
Yeah, it was about a year ago. Yeah, it's about a year. I think it was 2 years ago.
Well, you need to put together a montage. You go back and look all that stuff up of your appearances on different shows.
Oh my God, Paul, that would be hilarious.
Oh, it would be. Kind of like a holiday special. A holiday special.
It would take me a month to edit it. Just looking for the shit. It's funny you did that, because I have so many videos that cannot make it to YouTube for just being too vulgar, too crazy. I mean, if you believe it or not, I actually am crazier than some of the stuff he's saying.
Is that any other platform then you could put them on?
What?
Is that another platform you could put them on?
Well, I would have to actually, and I could just do it a .com. I mean, when you get on YouTube, they give you a .com. So if I actually put it up on my website, I can do whatever the frick I want. But it's easier and it's more lucrative for me to just try to get it to the rules, get around them as best I can. But you're going to be more visible on YouTube. There's, it's a couple 100 billion people watching it. So,
Now, do you ever drive down and fly along the water like you used to? You used to chase them people around in their boats and they'd take you off. The one guy threw a beer at you, didn't he?
Yeah, I can remember that one.
I tortured that motherfucker. I tortured him.
And then when you were standing on the street corner, people come by and harass you.
Well, I was going to I have a couple. Now that I know I can go live, this is going to be fun, guys, because if I can go live and the signal holds, I'm going to start going uptown and have total strangers fly the drone, which I think would be awesome. And then we could do it live, but have them You know, hey, you want to fly a drone? Oh shit! Ah, it's flying away. You just like get them on like nerves. Oh shit! It's $5,000. Ah, yeah. just get them. It would be so much fun.
Yeah.
And but I need a cameraman, which I was able to get, and it's just a matter of just
Now,
finding the
Michael,
time.
when you
now.
fly live, can you switch cameras while you're live or no?
If I do it the way some of the other people can, yes. But I didn't do it. What I did was I just chose to just send the signal. You go into Prism, but then I pull my thing down. I go right to Prism, Paul. So no, I can't do that.
Okay.
But there is a way. I know what you're talking about, so that people can see my face.
Yeah, because then you could have a camera on you while they're flying your drone. You could show them flying it and switch back to what the drone sees.
Correct. And you can do this on Prism too. So it would be, I just got to learn how to do it, but you can do it.
That's just because, Michael, you have a definite following of people that look for you to push the boundaries that they could only wish that they could.
That they can do it.
Yeah.
It would be fun. So
And the other thing most of you probably don't know, I remember one day Michael and I were talking, and he says, well, you know, there's a way to see how many points you have. And I go,
shut up.
I don't know how to do that. And so Michael's, I don't know how many points you were at the time, Michael, but Michael was touting his points that he had in DJI on the controller.
Yeah, my score.
Yeah, his score. And I says, well, how do we do that? So he walks me through it, and I look, and I've got like 1 million points or something.
Yeah, and I had 5 million, and I was going, hey, Paul, I'm a bigger flyer than you.
Yep. And so then I turned around, and what did we do? We did something. We added in the other points.
No, he said, let me refresh my tablet.
Oh, yeah.
No,
I had to refresh the tablet.
and he refreshed. Well, he refreshed his tablet for a good hour and a half.
Yep.
He kept refreshing, and that score kept just recalculating. It went up to like 50 million. It beat me like by 50 times.
50
And I'm like,
million
come
points,
on,
yep.
stop. That was
So many points for how much time you fly and everything else. Yeah.
correct. Well, I've been putting some points up here, Paul.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I'm over 10 million, I think now. So we're getting there. I'll never come close to you. But are you still flying every day?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Even in the cold?
The other day I did 5 ships.
Oh, what's the weather like, Paul?
Cold.
You're flying from your car, ain't you?
No, I put the stool out in front and still sit on the stool.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah. Mia sits in the car with the heat going, and she's
The
looking.
heat going. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I'm out of here. I got some shit
Okay.
to do. Thank you so
Michael-
much for having
Michael,
me.
thanks
Paul.
for coming.
nice
in.
to
Merry
see you, Mike.
Christmas.
Great to see you, bud. Have a
Thank
great
you
Christmas.
all, Robert. You too. Thank you, Rob Welsh. Thank you, Hodges. And
Have a great
thank you,
Christmas.
Paulie.
Yep. And Merry Christmas to you, Michael.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to every single one of you as well. Paulie, thank you for everything you've done for me in the past, and thank you for you. Every time I think of you all morning. I'm telling you, that's what made me go live today. Thinking of your fucking laugh, and I'm like, I gotta go fucking live. I know he'll watch,
Okay.
so I
Thanks.
put the work in.
Thanks, Michael. Say hello to the wifey.
Will do. Bye bye,
Okay.
guys.
Take care. Ta-ra, bud.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Nice. Okay, there it is, and blink. And how do I get it?
There you go.
Gone. There you go.
He's a character.
Michael is a one of a kind.
Ah, yes.
Oh, yeah.
YouTube would be so boring without him, wouldn't it?
Well, you know, it's the difference between having a bigger than life personality and just sitting here and okay.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people go live and
Sorry. Good morning, Chris Hope. Good to see you.
hey, Chris, how you doing, buddy? But yeah, Jeremy Cox, I already have a drone. I have a
Yeah, he's
40.
looking for something under 1,000, isn't he?
Well,
Justin?
I was talking to him in the chat
Yeah.
because he said, "What's the best first drone to go with?" And I said, "Well, what's your budget first? That's what we got to
Yep.
find out. Then
Yeah.
I can give you an idea." He said anything under 1,000. So his two options for the two best drones would be a Mini 2 for $599 or an Air 2 for $999, and those are both Flymore condos.
So,
Yeah. You want to buy the Flymore, and if he can stretch a little bit more, I think it's what's it, $11.99 for the Air 2S.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he,
That's a lot of money for the very first drone, isn't it? I know it's a lot of drone.
well, the problem is if you buy the Mini 2, you don't have any collision avoidance.
No, fair
or
enough.
you could buy this drone right here.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, I'll trade my wheelchair in for it.
The ultimate wheelie Rob could pull.
Need a bigger one to lift me.
I mean, if he could swing another $200, I would definitely go with the Air 2S. But if he's
Yeah.
strictly working with the $1,000,
Yeah.
those are going to be his two best options: is the Mini 2.
The A2S at the moment is like the ultimate, isn't it?
Yes.
What's
Yeah,
the most
you know.
popular? Definitely.
Yes, I wouldn't. Yeah,
Well, a lot of people, are having sticker shock to get the other one, to get the Mavic 3. And especially when you want to get the Mavic 3 and if you want to get the new smart controller with it, that package, I think, is close to what, 4,500 or something?
yeah.
Yeah.
But this is my thing with the Mavic 3, right? Is if you're going to invest that much into that drone, you might as well do what Rob did and buy an Inspire 2 and invest in an X7 camera. I mean, at that
Yeah,
point,
but
you
you're
have way
doubling,
better.
tripling the cost.
Trebling the cost in you.
And your flight time isn't as good, is it, Rob?
Uh,
You get about what, 24?
20 minutes,
20
22 minutes.
Yeah.
How much is a new Inspire 2 without the camera? It's around 3,000, right? 4,000.
3,800.
Okay, how much was the X7 camera?
11.
All together, it was just over 13,000.
But
That was for everything. That was
with
the
was
custom
that in-
cases,
that was
8
with
batteries.
the basic camera, right?
Sorry, that's with the X7. I had 3 or 4 different lenses, the thermal,
So that was
Um,
13,000.
yeah, the case and the insurance and everything else. I was just over 13,000.
And now that's in pounds, right?
pounds.
Yeah,
So I
So
wonder what
that's
the conversion
about
to
18,
About
18,000 US.
18,000 US. Yep.
about how much?
18,000.
18,000.
But you bought a lot of extras for yours, though, right?
Yeah, I got every extra there was on aftermarket, and
Inspire 2 with X5S standard.
I got the X7.
Okay, but this 6,949 Canadian. Let
So
me
that's
go
a-
back to
About 4,500 US, right?
Okay, if
Yeah,
you want the
roughly.
X7 standard or X7 advanced.
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 Okay, let's just go see what it is. It's 12,319.
I'm just saying, if I'm going to invest in a really, really high professional drone, I would much rather get an Inspire 2 than the Mavic 3.
Well, I like the Inspire, but the problem you have with the Inspire is, one is it's noisy. Two is the size. Sometimes you don't need that size.
Well, true.
And you got to really know what you're doing in order to convert all of that video data over.
But the thing is like to do the video from the Mavic 3 anyway, you got to have a high-end computer.
Yep.
Like you're talking about a $5,000-$6,000 gaming computer with,
Yep.
all the top specs just to do that ProRes. That's no joke doing that kind of video.
And
Morning, JD.
I'm a minimalist when it comes to editing. Rob is not. He does the whole.
No, I don't. I'm not great at editing. No idea. I just do what I do. But the commercial job I'm on, I just hand them the memory card.
Oh, and then they edit and everything else.
Yeah, they take out what they want.
Honestly, if Matt had the equipment that Rob had, oh my God, that'd be some amazing. Because Matt does really good with that
Yeah.
DaVinci program. He is really good with that. I'll give it to Matt all day long. I give him
Yeah,
crap
there's a
about
lot
his-
of people that enjoy editing as much as they enjoy flying.
Yeah.
I'm not one of them. I tell people down along the water, after I get done flying, they say, okay, well, we'll be able to see that later today. I say, yeah. I said, yeah, this was the fun part. Now comes the tedious other part.
Yeah, I'm still learning. The editing, the filters, the lenses, the apertures. I'm still learning all that.
Well, editing in itself, especially if you're using a professional program like DaVinci, that's one skill in itself. But then to learn the proper camera settings and filters, that's a whole different animal in its own.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to know both of those to do really, really top tier videos. And that's a lot of learning. I mean, DaVinci is not an easy program to learn. It does take some time. Because like Jim and Matt will show me DaVinci stuff all day long, and I'm like, what in the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Well, about 2 years ago, I went out and bought all the big high end programs for editing. And I loaded them up and got so confused that they just sit over here in the drawer. And
Yeah, and I'm just trying to look up the video Jeremy, the drone Jeremy is on about he got. Anybody looked it up yet?
what's up, JD? Hanging with JD?
no, what?
No.
What are you looking up, Rob?
It's a don't know. You put it in the chat.
Jeremy. Is it an FPV or is it a cinematic drone?
Cinematic.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it. It's a 4DRC 4DF4. It's like a budget drone. Yeah, it looks like you got a 3-axle gimbal. And one I got one similar-ish.
It's just hard with some of the cheaper brands because sometimes they lie about the specs and then you get the drone and it's just not what you thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
And where do you send it for repairs?
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The other thing about the second party drone manufacturers is a lot of people complain about DJI, but at least you can talk to somebody. Some of these other ones, it's like you get an answering machine and we'll call you back.
And then you'll never get an answer.
The one he bought, it's great really for beginners because it's 120 pound. So what's that?
Well, I mean, he could,
$200?
if he doesn't want to spend that much, he could go with the Mini SE and spend $300.
Yeah.
That's not a bad way to go. But I mean, he can also shop around on like eBay and
Yeah,
different
I was gonna
local,
say, yeah.
different local selling apps, and probably
Paul
find
usually
one.
goes, you go to Kijiji or something, don't you, Paul?
Yeah, and Facebook Messenger, they have their marketplace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I can understand now when he says the drone he got is a bit too much for beginners.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not. It's probably not as well GPS controlled as like a DJI drone, so it's
It's
probably not
probably
super
not as
stable.
user friendly. Yeah.
It's not stable, and so he's
Right.
probably.
Yeah, maybe.
It's probably more like an FPV drone where you have to constantly be adjusting, and
Yeah.
he's just not used to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. A lot of the inexpensive drones, people think they're going to fly them like a DJI. Doesn't
No.
happen.
Well, and
What
especially the
happens
range.
Is if you buy here, this is the rule of thumb. It's not 100%, but a rule of thumb is if you buy an off the shelf, inexpensive cinematic type of drone type, and you go out and you think you're going to fly like a pro the first time out, you're going to be very disappointed. And a lot of people then they just put it back on the shelf and don't fly it, or they crash it and can't fly it.
Yeah.
And you got to learn to fly the drone first.
Well,
know,
and a lot of first
big
time
open
flyers.
big open spaces, low and slow, till you get a feel of what happens when you push the sticks. Because I know a lot of people, they get a drone and they go to fly it straight back at them, And now left is right, right
Right
is
and
left,
right's
forward
left,
is
yeah.
back, back is forward, you know, and they don't get that.
Yeah, if you're not used to flying a drone, yeah, that'll mess you up. But you know, a lot of new time flyers, they always end up buying some off-brand drone. And then when they actually buy a good one,
Yeah,
they
once you get to a
regret wasting
DJI,
that.
it's
Yeah, then
it's a whole different game, isn't it? I got a bunch of the beginner ones. You know, yeah, I enjoyed them. I still fly them.
but see, when
All the bugs. I
I
got
bought a
the 3,
200,
the 4, the 20.
well, see, I bought a $250 drone, and then it was an off-brand Potensic D58,
I know it,
you
yeah.
know, and when I bought the Mini One, it was like I felt like I had wasted that money. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yeah. Once you get over the $200 mark, you may as well go for the DJI then. You know?
Yeah.
That's why I said the SE is a good option because you know, right at $300, you're in that
Yeah,
range of the
exactly.
crappy drones.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And a Mini One, I mean, even a Mini One, you can get good range out of it just depending
Oh
on
God, yeah.
where you're at.
Yep.
I mean, I've gone a half a mile to a mile with the Mini
Yeah,
One.
The other thing,
I've got 2 to 3 miles out of mine.
the other thing JD is mentioning in there is also go and check the DJI website. They have refurbs where they
Yeah,
just like in their
Even
discount, you know.
Even Amazon does. You know, when the Mini One first came out, I bought a refurbished from Amazon. I got it for $220. And the
Yep.
only reason it was considered refurbished was because somebody ripped the plastic off and returned it. Never
Yeah.
even flew. It was never even activated. So when I opened it, I ended up getting like $100 and some off on it because Amazon just wanted to get rid of it.
Right.
Bought it directly from the warehouse. And this was like just a few months after it came out. Like,
Yep.
and I got it super cheap.
yeah. JD has just bought his first drone. He got the Mini 2, I think, haven't he? It's the Mini 2,
Yeah.
Mini 1 or Mini 2.
Mini 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, DJI's customer service is kind of hit or miss. Some people say they have a lot of issues with them, and then other people say they're great. I've never had an. I've only ever called them once, and I didn't have an issue with them. So.
Yeah, I've always had good things from them.
Well, the other thing too is if you buy it and you go to buy anything like that, do it through PayPal, and it's pretty much money guaranteed. You know.
Yeah.
Or always buy, like me, I always say if you're going to buy a DJI drone, you either buy it from them or buy it from Walmart or Amazon. Try to stick with the big retailers.
Yep.
Because if you have an issue, you don't even have to go to DJI with Walmart and Amazon. You can call them and just say the drone wasn't working right, and usually they'll just refund you the money, or and you can buy another one.
Yeah, I got all my stuff from a registered drone, DJI approved
Dealer.
repairist dealer,
Yeah,
and all that I did.
yeah. Stick to, you know,
Yeah, now
like you
down
said,
in
Rob.
down in Florida, Justin, I think isn't there a big DJI retail center down there?
Yeah, it's but I think it's about, I want to say about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from where I'm
Yeah,
at.
but I mean it's in the area. Yeah,
Yeah, Mike.
I-
Yeah, but
I see them advertising all the time, different things, and it says DJI of Florida or something like that.
yeah, Best Buy and Costco's another one. Like Mike said, Best Buy and Costco's another good one. Because Costco, you can get, like me and Paul were always talking about, you can get the cheaper combo kits
Yep.
that only come with 2 batteries, but they're a little bit cheaper. They're kind of in between a normal Fly More and just your standard.
Yep.
Because honestly, with Mini 2s, I mean, you can go out, the batteries aren't expensive for those. So they're only $50. I mean, $50-$60 for a new battery.
And as well, it's quite hard to use up 3 batteries, isn't it, really?
Well, especially when they're flying 28 to 30 minutes. You know.
Mm.
You know, because my average ship video I fly is like 6 minutes or so. I can usually get 3 ships in on one battery.
Right. Yeah, a lot of people go out and they'll buy a drone. They'll get like a Mini 2 or an Air 2, and they'll go out and buy like freaking 5-7 batteries for it. And then they don't end up using but 1 or 2 every time they go out. So they end up with a whole bunch of extra batteries that they probably could have waited until those 2 or 3 broke
Because
and then bought some new
there's
ones.
only so much you can film in one spot.
Yep.
Right.
You know?
And the other key thing too, I firmly believe this, is rotate your batteries. I you know, like if I fly one day, I'm using battery 1, then I go to battery 2, battery 3. I have them all numbered, and I just keep rotating them. You know.
Hmm.
Oh, mine's got 5 batteries.
Yeah, see, I got 4 for my Air 2, and then I have 6 between the Mini 1 and the Mini 2.
Yeah.
So, but the Mini 2, of course, is crashed right now, so I can't use it. So, but what I was telling Paul, you know, I'm just going to buy the replacement drone.
Yep.
It's just a drone by itself. It doesn't come with no batteries, no controller,
Because
nothing.
a lot of guys get a replacement and they send
then
them
what-
a drone, and they'll just
what does that cost,
sell it.
Justin?
It was around $290 to $310 on Amazon.
Yeah.
Kind of ranged around that price.
Brand
Not
new
bad, eh?
replacement. Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
because the refresh would be about $100, wouldn't it?
I know the Air 2S and the Air 2, I think, is around 100. I think.
Yeah.
So I don't think I don't honestly. I'm not sure on the care refresh. But you know, you have to pay that initial amount, plus you have to pay a
Yeah.
little bit more when you send it in.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
I've known,
I think that's very smart, Justin, just to go on eBay and find one that somebody got a care refresh brand new one back and they're selling it, you know?
Because I mean, like I said, I don't need to go out and buy a whole nother Flymore combo. I don't need
No,
fucking 12
exactly.
batteries, you know. And I honestly didn't get that much flight time on that Mini 2 before I crashed it anyway. I think I flew it maybe 2-3 hours worth of flying on it. If
Thanks
that.
for coming in, Stella. You have
Yeah,
a great day.
See you, Go Fish. We'll catch up later on.
Later, Stella.
Yeah, it was great to see Michael pop in today.
I'm curious if
he
they.
and I go back a long ways, way back years ago when he first started.
I'm really curious if they come out with a Mini 3. What is it going to bring to the game that the Mini 2 doesn't have? Like 6K on it or 5K?
No, I reckon
Like-
just sensors. Sensors.
That's what I'm
and,
hoping.
Well, you know, the thing that I don't quite understand, and this is just me, having had the Inspire and Paul with the Inspire too, is they perfected the ability to twist on and twist off cameras. Why they don't bring that forward over to some of the other drones where you could just change the camera, like on the Air 2S. You know, you just go in there and just twist a little collar, take it off, put a different one on. Then you could put in there, you could have a thermal camera, just twist it on, twist it off.
Yeah, but then third market people would come along, wouldn't they? Start making them.
Well, see, that's the issue with the Mavic 3 that everybody had with, you know, like that's why Jim and Matt and all them didn't like it, because they couldn't take the lenses off.
Yep.
They couldn't change the camera out. For that price, people want to
Right.
be able to at least change the lenses out.
Exactly.
And they can't even do that. So I think that's one of the big reasons too. A lot of people didn't like that drone for the price.
Yeah, have a great day, Stella. You'll be
Yep.
good.
Thanks again, Stella. And thanks everybody that's in the chat. Appreciate it. And don't forget to hit the like button.
You too, Stella. Have a good day. But I mean, that's why you know, a lot of people are still preferring the Phantom 4 over the Mavic 3. You know, a lot of the guys that are already flying professional, they'd rather stick with the Phantom 4
Right.
because they can do a lot more interchangeable stuff with it.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much Paul, you use the Inspire 1 on occasion as your backup or specifics, but you
Oh, yeah.
mostly fly for real estate all of your with the Phantom 4, right?
Yeah, mostly. Well, the Phantom 4 is 20 megapixel, and you know, the Inspire is only 12, right?
Yeah.
But you know, like there's nothing wrong with the pictures for the, you know, real estate with the
Yeah.
Inspire.
Well,
Because-
the Inspire is one of the drones that it's fun to fly.
Oh yeah, But the thing is, you got to remember, this is real estate. It's not a movie production.
All right.
Mhm.
Welcome back, Laura.
Hey, Laura.
Hey, look, she's back.
She just sent me a picture of the cookies and things she'd be making.
Oh, just
Oh.
to taunt you a little bit, Ron.
Sorry?
He's taunting you a little bit with fresh.
Yeah.
cookies? Yeah. Uh-huh.
Like I said, Jeremy, it's really how much you want to spend and whether you
Yeah. I know it's horrible to
Gonna
say,
be.
but it's got to be a DJI, really, hasn't it? I hate the fact that they've just got the whole market, but you know when you fly a DJI, don't you, really?
Yeah. Yeah. You know what you're getting.
Yeah, just the,
Jeremy Cox just wrote in the chat, LOL, you got me drone shot.
yeah. It's like that Hubson. Oh, I don't know the new one. I was, praying that would have been a good drone. That mini.
It was a nice looking drone, I'll tell you that. but
Yeah.
They just can't seem to get their cameras right on those things.
Well, and
'cause
the other thing too is once you fly DJIs over and over and over again, you pretty much your muscle memory knows how to use their controller. It's like the Anafi controller. I'm not big on the Anafi controller and the way
Come
it's
on, guys. You guys are killing me right
it's
now.
the same as well with the Evo controller. That's
yeah.
a weird one.
Yeah, and the thing of it is that is one of the links in order to fly. You could have the best flying drone in the world, but if you have a crappy controller, it's a problem. It's an issue for me.
Well, I mean, and let's face it too, you go out and you buy yourself a $250, $300 drone that's like a not DJ, like it's not a mini SC. You're going to be lucky to get 2,000 feet with that thing before you start losing signal. Where an SC, you're going to get a good half mile to a mile with no problem.
And if you can afford, like we say, to move up to the Air 2S, you're gonna get 2.5, 3 miles out of it anyway.
I mean, I can get easily 2 miles with my Air 2 all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, usually when I start hitting about getting over 2 miles, that's when it starts having a little breakup, and that's here in the middle of my city. I mean, if I was out like where,
and to just to explain what we're talking about breakup in that case is your video downlink, because that's what helps you fly.
right,
It doesn't necessarily mean that you're dropping control signal.
right.
It's just the video signal usually is the first one to drop, and then control signal. When that happens, the DJI just hovers for a couple of minutes, tries to reestablish, then it goes to return height and flies back and lands.
It's just the stability, isn't it, with DJI?
Yeah.
When it takes off, the hoverness, when there's no toilet bowling, there's none of this, none of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great camera movement.
Yeah.
I mean,
and the ability to pan the shot and not have this jittery stuff going on. And
I mean, even on Autel Mini's a good way to go. I mean, they're under 1,000. I mean, if you're interested in Autel,
they're not even shipping those yet, are they?
No.
no, but there's
Because AZ's had one. AZ has had one ordered now since day one, and they keep telling them they're going to ship it, and they don't ship it.
See, that's why I said that's Autel's biggest freaking issue is they've got to get their manufacturing and their shipping quicker. If they could get that ramped up, they would be a perfect competitor for DJI.
Well, and the other thing about Autel is what my concern is that they're just about in the same boat as the Mavic 3. I think that they find bugs and they stop shipping. They don't release it till everything in their mind is perfect, which is good, but it's not good if you're waiting for a drone.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, I would say, 60-70% of their business is more focused on military aspects. So they're not fully into the public domain like DJI. Most of their business, 90% of their business is focused on the consumers.
Yeah.
But DJI needs a good competitor because that will
Keeps them honest.
well, not only that, it causes DJI to listen to their customers more.
Mm.
When they're
And as well, the
when
prices,
right.
it'll just level everything out, won't it?
Well, DJI might even drop their prices. If Alltel was to start ramping up and coming out with these drones like
Now it's
DJI
like,
is,
DJI are like, think of a reasonable price, let's treble it.
Yeah.
right? Because you almost if you're a big company like DJI and all of a sudden a competitor's coming up, you do like Walmart does and you slash your prices, lose a
Mm.
little bit of money for a while,
They're
push your
gone.
products out there.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you
I-
think Walmart destroyed Kmart? It was because they would slash their prices, lose money for a little while, completely kill Kmart's business. They'd raise them back up and then they'd do it again after a while.
Yeah.
And eventually Kmart couldn't keep up with it.
Because I think this Mini 3 will, try and kill off, Evo's attempt at it
Yeah.
and everybody else's attempt.
Well, when you're really the only game out there too, I mean, you tend to not listen to your customers as much. I mean, look at the issues people have with cable companies. You know what I'm saying? They don't have any real competitors, so they can do what they want, and you're kind of forced to either go with them or not go with them. You know what I'm saying? It's your only real option.
Well, what's the name of that actor that bought Cricket?
That was
Gotta go outside?
oh,
Be back now, 2 secs.
damn it, what was his name? Damn, hold on, let me look it up because I'm having a mind blank. I know who it is.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
think of his name.
I can see him, but I can't remember his name.
No, he didn't buy Cricket. He bought Mint Mobile.
Oh, Mint Mobile. Okay.
Yeah, Cricket I think got bought out by T-Mobile. I think it was Mint Mobile. Owner.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. Yes.
Ryan Reynolds. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
KD
Mint
just put in
Mobile.
there. Good morning, AZ.
Hey Z, how you doing? Good morning, my friend.
But see, Mint Mobile's just like any of those other phone companies out there, like Family Mobile at Walmart.
They're using other people. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all they're doing is providing you a phone
they're a
plan.
reseller. Yep.
Yeah,
They're a
they-
reseller.
They just provide you a phone plan, but they piggyback off of the three major carriers'
Right.
towers.
Yeah. Hey
'Cause
Z,
there's-
sorry you missed the long discussion we had. You might want to go back and look at this. Philly Drone Life was on this morning. He did a great live stream from his new Mavic 3 in the city of Philadelphia, and so then he came on afterwards over here, and we had a discussion about the Mavic 3.
I mean, the smartest thing T-Mobile did was buy out Sprint so they could integrate all their systems into theirs,
Yeah.
because then that just expanded the amount of towers they had. That's one of the reasons why they bought out, started buying out
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. Is that like Boost Mobile? Did they get bought out by somebody?
I think T-Mobile bought them out. They bought out Metro PCS. Because Metro PCS, if you looked at their coverage map, oh my God, Florida was blanketed with Metro PCS. Like that was because it was started here in Florida by, I think, 2 retired cops, I want to say. If I could be wrong about that. And then they ended up selling it to T-Mobile. But that's what T-Mobile's doing, is they're buying out all these smaller cell companies, taking all their towers, all their equipment, they're integrating it to make their network bigger. Because I mean, let's face it, Verizon's network is the best out of the 3. I mean, they have some of the best coverage when you go to a lot of places.
Right. But they're also a little more pricey too.
Yeah, they are. See, like I'm with Family Mobile through Walmart, but that runs off of T-Mobile's
Yeah.
thing, and I hate it because it works great everywhere I live here in the city and around the surrounding area. But for some reason in my neighborhood, when you come into my neighborhood, it don't matter which phone company you have, you don't get but one bar.
Wow.
Right when you get about a quarter mile out from my neighborhood. So if I don't have Wi-Fi in my house, I can't get on YouTube, nothing. Because I just don't have a strong enough signal. And it's just this part of town. The rest around the surrounding area is fine. Yeah, I mean, you're pretty much with 3 carriers now. You got T-Mobile, Verizon, AT&T. That's it.
Yep. Well, I can't imagine if you were to go out today and say you wanted to build your entire system yourself, you're talking $1 trillion probably, you know?
Oh yeah, it's definitely expensive. And the smartest thing Apple ever did was get off of that stupid thing they had with Sprint, where you could only get. Remember back in the day, you could only get iPhones through Sprint,
Right.
and that really limited their business. But once they opened it up and said you could get it on any carrier,
Yep.
and started selling their phones to everybody, that's really when I think the Apple phones really exploded.
Blizzard says, wait, I thought us Canadians had the best cell phone plans and we paid the most.
Hey, Blizzard. Good to see you, bro.
Good to see you, Blizzard. Little Lamalora, how's my day been? Pretty good. It's the sun's out and we're up to a whopping 28 degrees.
See, and one thing you really got to watch when you buy a phone plan is the wording in it. If it says unlimited data, that means that you're only going to get so much high speed, and they're going to throttle it. You got to
They
watch
throttle it back. Yep.
Yeah, and it's down to 2G, which you can't do crap with 2G, except for make some phone calls and texts, and that's about it. But if it says unlimited high speed data, then you know you're getting that
Yep.
true unlimited plan. Like
Yep.
mine's unlimited high speed data, plus I get 10 gigs of Wi-Fi hotspot on each phone every month.
Yes.
Which I never use the Wi-Fi hotspot unless we go on the road and the kids want to use their tablets or something. Otherwise, I don't ever use that.
Yeah, I've got a secondary. I think it's through T-Mobile. Pocket-sized little hotspot that I can link to my tablets and everything else.
My car is a hotspot, but it only does 3G, but I've never used it because it's super expensive, man. They want to charge you like $200 a month for like, I think it was like 30 or 40 gigs.
Yeah.
Like that's insane. Like, no, I don't use the internet in my car enough to warrant that. No. And like I said, it's only 3G. It's not even 4G. So
Yeah.
because most of the, I think that's pretty standard in the Dodge, Chrysler, and Jeeps now. Where with the Uconnect system, it can be a Wi-Fi hotspot as well.
Hey, Michael. Oh, busy stream today, Paul.
Michael Banny, how you doing? Good morning.
Hey, Michael Baney. All right.
And Blizzard's here too, Paul.
Yeah.
He's a
Oh,
good guy,
Blizzard. Hey, FPV. Yeah.
He's a good guy. He is, Blizzard.
Blizzard, Michael, what's up?
Right, be back now.
Hey, Rob. Mike says he's mobile right now on his cell phone.
Well, their T-Mobile's getting better because, like I said, they've been investing a lot in their network. Plus, they've been buying up smaller companies. So their network is definitely better than it was, 8 or 10 years ago.
Hey,
'Cause
Rob, Laura's got a message for you.
I know, I've seen it. I'll be starting it today.
Yeah, Michael, I understand trying to wake up. With the nighttime getting longer and longer. Of course, winter solstice is today. First day of winter. Was today, I think, at 9 o'clock in the morning or something. So we're officially in winter.
Yeah. So you don't
Tomorrow.
fly FPV at all, you Justin?
Do what?
You don't fly FPV, no?
Nah, I flew once with Dan Drone Worship and once with a guy locally here. But you know, it's like I don't know. I like the GPS birds better. I like the going flying high, flying far, exploring.
Yeah.
Well,
You know, that's just
you know,
my thing.
I fly by myself, and I don't like the goggles where you can't see around you. You know, all you can
I-
see is
I mean, I really like the technology and everything. It's just like me going, just finding a park or something to fly around in isn't really my thing. I just like to be able to go anywhere. Because I mean, with the GPS bird, you can throw it up in the middle of a neighborhood and you don't really have to worry too
Yeah.
much about something happening. But you don't want to do a ripping a 5-inch down through a neighborhood and smack into the side of somebody's car at 80 miles an hour, and take out their windshield or something. So, because I like to fly a lot out right outside my front door, you know what I'm saying? So,
What's Jeremy saying? It's bedtime for me?
what's that?
You're drawn up for her.
what time is it there? It's the afternoon
Oh,
time,
no.
right?
He's asking you, Paul, something.
Jeremy.
For the Imperial March?
How many batteries you got charged up, Paul?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I rotate them all the time. I've got 4
Right.
of
It
them.
looks like you got a whole crap load of boats coming today.
Yeah, I know. It looks like it.
PRT is coming down.
Paul, that's the Paul Archagurtha, which I don't understand. It's named after a chairman of the board for Interlake Steamship Company, but it's christened or given the instead of being king of the lakes, because it's the largest one on the lakes, they call it the queen of the lakes. You know, so if I had, if as a male, if I was known as queen of the internet, I'd be a little pissed off, you know?
Just the way I'm looking at it here, holy mackerel, you're going to have a traffic jam down there with boats today.
Yep.
Yeah, it is for you, Blizzard. How far up do you live, Blizzard? I think he lives right up there, doesn't he? Yeah, I think FPV is like a two-person flyer, isn't it? Really?
Well, I mean, for here in the U.S. FAA, you're supposed to have a spotter.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
you are here in the UK.
And as they're integrating more of the local law enforcement into, enforcing certain FAA rules, which they seem to be doing, even FPV pilots got to be careful and make sure they have that trust card, because they're, like I said, I think there was one about 3 weeks ago to a month ago that got in trouble because the cop stopped him and he didn't have that. And it says you have to have that.
Yeah.
And you have to present it like a license, if you get pulled over by the cops. Like, you have to present it. Because it seems like they're trying to integrate more of the local law enforcement in on this stuff. And some of the bigger law enforcement agencies, once they get trained and understand it a little bit more, they're going to be watching out for stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. Well, just by me. Oh God, 3 houses up, there's a huge bank, in a green area. The police test theirs from there. That's their training. Like, you see their matrices and other things they got. Yeah, I can actually see them out of my back window when they come round, normally in the summer. There's 2 or 3 of them taking turns at having a go.
Because, I mean, like our local first responders here, the fire department and the police now, like I said, like a couple weeks ago, they all got grants and they're starting to buy drones and stuff now too. So,
see you, Jeremy. You be good, mate. Have a good one.
and I'll tell you, the law enforcement here later, Jeremy, they, in my county at least, when they go in on something, they do a lot of training. Like it's not like I wouldn't put it past them not to just buy the drone and not do a whole bunch of training with it. Because like the
Yeah.
sheriff's department here is really, really professional with everything they do.
I seen that video you put out. Was that about who got revoted or something?
Yeah, that was about our local sheriff, the Grady
That was
Jarrett.
it. Yeah, right badass he was, wasn't he?
Oh, that man don't play. I'll tell you that.
That was a good video. That was.
He's one of the. I mean, he's popular around the world. Like if you go on his videos, you see a lot of comments from around the world about how they wish
Really?
they had law enforcement like that.
Yeah.
Because he's super transparent with the community. Like if one of his officers does something he does and they're something illegal, he doesn't sweep it under the rug. He comes right to the media, throws a press conference, blasts them all over the news, and says, "This is what happened, and this is what we did to fix it."
Because there's another one, is there, who runs a prison called Tent City?
Yeah, that was in Arizona. The
Yeah,
sheriff in
they all
Arizona.
got to wear pink and then he warrants or promotes that he feeds the prisoners on less than
Good
a
night.
dollar a day, doesn't he?
Yep. Good night, Jeremy. You have a good evening. And Michael, I think what the discussion was about was whether or not you have to have a spotter.
Mhm.
That's if you have restricted like goggles on.
Right.
Yeah, sorry, Michael, we got all over the place.
Yeah, it's only if you legally, if you're going to be flying FPV with goggles. That's the reason. Remember, Epson came out with those glasses that you saw through. They projected it on there, and you could still
Mhm.
see. That's
Yeah.
how some guys were getting around that because it was like a heads-up display on the inside of your glasses.
Yeah,
But I mean,
sorry.
no, go ahead.
I just very quickly, I seen might have been Dobo or somebody or Kelly Shaw with the old Phantom goggles on the Maverick 3 yesterday.
But even GPS pilots are supposed to have a spotter if you get out of visual line of sight.
Yep.
You're supposed to have a spotter like
Yeah.
a mile or so ahead of you that has communications with you. So.
But I'm not even sure now if
that trust card is so easy to do. It's like a 5-minute test, and you cannot fail it. It's impossible to fail. It's super easy to do. And it just covers your butt, if you're flying legally and a cop stops you, it'll help cover you.
Yeah, you need to get that, Michael.
And you can go on Amazon and you can pay like $10 and get a hard card. And there's a company that prints out the hard cards for these and the registration cards. And they're only like $10 and you get them within a few days after you order. That way you don't have to have a paper one in your wallet. You can have a nice hard one.
Yeah, it's 3 p.m. and Laura haven't even got dressed yet.
Hey, Laura, good for you, my dear. You're busy making cookies. You don't have to worry about getting dressed. I mean, what the hell?
She's made gingerbread with boobs on them.
Well, there you go. I always appreciate a woman that knows how to cook in the nude. You know what I mean? It's like, yes.
Hey, Dre. Oh, recovery drones.
Yep, and Dre's correct about
Dre.
that. Even if you're flying a Mini, you still have to have that. I just think that they should have done the trust test. I think they should have made it a little bit more in depth and a little bit longer, just for new flyers that don't know anything, because it's like you can skim through it in 5 minutes. And if you get the wrong answer wrong, you can just keep clicking it till you get the right one. So if you don't even want to pay attention, you can just skip right through it. I think they should have made it a nice like 30, 40 minutes of in-depth.
Yeah, AZ, it was got distracted and I ended up putting up the Algoma Mariner twice. But
I noticed that.
Since they both have different addresses and they both have viewers on them, I didn't know whether I should just delete one or not, or just leave it. I guess I just left it.
Yeah, just leave it so you don't lose those views or anything.
All right.
I noticed that though too, because I was watching your like sunset one you did where it was getting dark.
Yeah.
And then I went down and I saw there was two of the same video. I was like, okay, what's the difference? So I just
Yeah.
clicked on the one, watched it, and then I commented on it.
Yeah, I got distracted in the middle of doing it, so I put it in there again, and oh well. But what I did is I went back and looked at my YouTube my end where I can see all my videos and what they are and what they're doing, and I saw two of those, and I go, damn. But by then, because I went there when I saw it, I said, well, I can delete one. One had 28 views, the other one had 36 views, and I'm thinking, oh no.
Well, Michael, I mean, that test, it's impossible to fail it anyway. You can't get a wrong answer. It makes you choose the right answer before you can go to the next page. So, I mean, I just think it should be more in depth for the new flyers, just a little bit to where they have to watch a video or something before they can go to the next question.
Well, I've always
Yeah.
believed that there should be at the time with every shipment, or if you go to a store and buy a drone, like a Best Buy or whatever, there should be a pamphlet that goes with it, and they should have to sign that, yes, they've received the pamphlet before they take the drone. And the pamphlet should tell them this, give them the basics, and then tell them where to go to take, whatever other kind of training.
It sounds arrogant, and I should say. But when I bought my first drone, I just flew that. I didn't look up no rules. I didn't realize there was any rules.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, and nobody bothered to tell you when you bought it that there were rules, right?
No, I just bought it off eBay.
Yep.
And just flew it.
I did the same thing, Rob. The first month or so I had my first drone, I thought it was like an RC car. I was like, there ain't no rules.
Yeah.
You do whatever you want with it. And
That was years ago, Mike. 5-6 years ago.
Yep.
No, longer than that, I think.
But yeah, I had a bad misconception too when I first started, because I didn't get it. I bought mine from Amazon and they didn't give me any disclaimer or anything. At least not that I remember saying, hey, you should do this and that. It just was like, I want this drone. I clicked buy now, and it was sent to my house.
Yeah, I don't think it was until I started getting into the chats and things that I realised that you had to have, insurance certificates. Yeah, when all the rules and regulations and line of sight and all that lot.
I actually started learning the rules because of running across Jim's channel and Adrian's channel. And I happened to just, I was about a month or so into flying, and I was on YouTube one night and I just punched in drone live show, and Adrian's show popped up and they were live, and I went into the thing and I was listening to him talking about rules. I was like, what rules? And then all of a sudden, then I saw Jim and I started going to his channel, and then I started watching like 51 drones,
Yeah.
all the guys that do the real in-depth rule videos.
Because even like Captain Drone and Quadcopter 101, even though they promote beginner drones, they never really say about the rules.
Nope.
Well, that's the thing, is I actually grounded myself for like 3 or 4 weeks and really went in
Learn what
depth
you were
in
doing.
learning. And I went and got registered. I went and,
Yeah.
did everything I needed to do. And then I really, watched tons of YouTube videos. I was on Jim's live show asking tons of questions.
Yeah. Well,
Which,
Blizzard makes a point. He says, well, they give vehicles to lots of people.
Sorry, I'll
who shouldn't
be
have
back
them.
now.
They give vehicles to lots of people that shouldn't have them either. But here we are, Blizzard said.
But that's the same thing as a driving test. You can compare that to the trust test. It's crap. A 5-minute driving test doesn't tell you how somebody's going to drive on a freeway.
How they're going to react,
Right.
what their distraction time is, or any of that stuff.
That's what I'm saying. It should, honestly, if it should be the same way for driving. When I don't care if you're 21, if you're 36, if it's your first time getting a license, you should have to take a driving school class.
Yeah.
You should have to do so many hours at a driving school. I don't care what age you are. It shouldn't just be for teenagers. Because a 36-year-old getting behind the wheel for the first time isn't going to be any better than a 16-year-old. Just because of the age difference. That makes no difference when it comes to learning something. And it's the same with the trust test. Like I said, they shouldn't make it to where it's hard, but it should just be more in depth.
Yeah, JD,
Where-
there is no theoretically drone police. It's just that if there were an incident, you're on the hook. So you need to know the rules.
Yeah, you need to know so that the copper don't blame you for something which you haven't done.
Yeah,
Well,
because if
And the other funny part is Justin, over the years, I find it humorous. People will have their cell phone going or whatever when they're accosted by police, and they end up educating the cops as to what the laws really are.
Yeah,
all right.
it's nice to know that you're all legal and you're there and you've got the brains to be there, isn't it? Rather than being unsure.
No, I understand you have to have a license to drive a vehicle, Dre. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you should just a 30-question written test. Okay. A 30-question written test and a little 5-minute driving test, I don't think is really enough to really teach somebody, is what I'm saying. But I'll be back if you guys are still on, I'll be back in about 15 minutes. I got to run.
Okay, Justin.
Be good, Justin.
I'll be back. I'm just going to put myself on mute and take my video off.
Okay.
A little bit of good news. Bonnie's being discharged,
Oh,
And-
Oh, wow.
and the lockdown at the Valley View home there has been lifted too. So
so you can go see her.
Yep.
Now, when are they going to transfer her?
well, I have to arrange all that, but I'm waiting for the nurse to call me. So because I have a wheelchair there already for her, and all her clothes and her coat and everything, and I have to call a taxi that has
Well,
a
the
weird
question
shelled vehicle.
the question I have though, Paul, since she had hip surgery, is she going to be able to get into your truck?
No, we're doing a wheelchair transfer.
Yeah,
Like
well,
there's a cab company has a wheelchair
lift-
van.
a lift van? Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
yep,
okay.
yep.
Because I was going to say, I thought
Yeah.
maybe you were going to take care of it, and I'm going to, well, that'd be interesting.
No, like she was getting her staples out this morning too, right? So
Yeah.
she's gonna be a little sore, but what they can do, they can lift her into the wheelchair. We just got to wheel her down right into a van
Yep. And then
And-
you wheel it out of the van and back
and
in.
at the home, and they got the lift her again. So
Good.
oh, I just didn't want to have to pay for a freaking another ambulance again. Holy crap, it was like $163 to have her shipped back last time.
Yeah.
I can do it for about $25, right?
Right. And that includes probably a $5 tip to the driver, you know?
Yeah. So
Yeah, happy with JD said that's awesome news, Paul.
yeah,
But
yeah, it is,
Bonnie-
JD. Yeah, but see, the wheelchair van only operates in the afternoon, so I need to find out what time so I can make arrangements. For him to be there, and
Yeah.
my sister has to come over here and give me a ride from my house to the hospital, so I can go
Just
with
so
her
you
in the
can ride
van
with her, and then your sister will have to go to the,
the home
yep,
and bring me back.
yeah. Or you have your sister pick you up at the home, take you to the hospital.
Yeah, I could do that.
And
Dude, it
then
might
your
be
truck is
easier that
already
way.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, that might be the easiest way. Just drive over there, leave my truck there. She can pick me up. She only has to do it once instead of
Yes.
twice.
Exactly.
Because she's babysitting 2 kids right now too. So,
Right.
but then again, my son, he's just around the corner from the nursing home. So I don't know if he's working today or not.
Yeah.
Mike's
Well,
just got his DJI case.
pull on your resources.
Yep.
I've got a brand new
Come on.
hard case for the Mavic series that I've never used. It's still in the box. But I do use my hard case with my Air 2S. It works out really well. And I probably should transfer the other one into the hard case since I've got it.
Yeah.
But the problem is that with the Mavic 2 series, I was using the Crystal Sky, which you have to put between the handles, and you got to take that all apart if you're going to
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put in the case.
case, you know. So what I have like a small duffel bag, and I stand the Crystal Sky up with the controller attached to it.
Yeah.
And then I have another small zipper case that the drone and 2 batteries goes in, and it goes down in there. Then I just grab that case and go.
Yeah.
You learn whatever works the best for you, you know. But
Yeah,
now
just-
that I can, though I don't like. One of my complaints is that since I'm using the smart controller, I mean, I like the other one better, especially in really bright sun, the Ultra, because it's 2,000 nits versus 1,000 nits.
Yeah.
But I could also, now that I've got the smart controller, I could use the smart controller with the Mavic 2 Pro. But you have to go through hit the button until it's blinking and push the buttons, and I don't want to mess around with that, because I pull up, take the drone out, set it down, turn it on, fly, you know.
Have you seen any of JD and Mike's channels? Well,
Yeah. Yep.
they got good channels.
Yes, they are.
JD's trying to hit 100 mile an hour with his RC car.
Yeah.
He's
And
up to about 60 mile an hour.
I think JD is the one that has the dog picture too.
No, that's
Or is that
that's
Mike?
Mike.
Okay, Mike.
Yeah, him and Albert
Yeah.
got strapping a GoPro onto the dog. It's hysterical.
Dog. Yeah.
Do I love it? I always watch him. Where were they going the other day? You went. I thought the camera was going to come off because the dog went into like the trees because he got the camera stuck on back. Sorry, he got the instant 360 on him.
Yep. Yep. Insta 360. I never get into. Problem is that I don't use the regular handheld cameras. I've got the new DJI, the little what do you call it?
Yeah,
The Pocket.
Osmo.
Mike, yeah.
Osmo Pocket 2. I've got the Osmo, which is the bigger one that uses the same camera as you would have on the Inspire. And I've got that in a hard case, and I don't think I've used that in a year. Extra
Morning, Northern
battery.
Explorer.
Huh?
Northern Explorer, sorry, it just come in the chat.
Oh, okay, Northern Explorer, how you doing? But yeah, in fact, let me see.
JD is asking, what would you guys say are the top 3 rules of droning? I'd say the height, the first one.
Know the area is the first thing that you're going to fly, and you can't do that all the time, but you can.
No, he said the top 3 rules.
Oh, rules? Yeah, is
The height.
height restrictions
Yeah.
and
Yeah, the area, if there's any
yep,
yeah, any restricted areas you're in.
yep. And if you're in the requirements, if you have to have a spotter or not.
Yeah, you can get an app. UAV forecast is one, which will tell you whether or not it's good to fly. JD. Yeah, that's nice. That is.
That's I haven't used it. It just sits.
And what apps do you use? Do you use any for your
I have UAV forecast, and what's the UAV forecast at the very top? They've got a link to where you can look at, you can
Yeah,
look
I-
at.
I got a thing called Drone Assist, but that's it's UK.
You look up the top of UAV forecast. There's a link there to go to look at what restrictions are in your area. Oh my, look at this downbound tug here, Paul.
Oh yeah. Oh, hey, I gotta go see that one. Hang on here. Oh, Google.
Albert's in his lap.
Oh, okay. What the heck is all that stuff?
I haven't got a clue.
Wow, that's a big one.
They look some kind of wheel or something.
Yeah, it looks
Looks like a coil, doesn't it?
those are sections of something, but it looks like there's a
Like a silo or something.
yeah, but here it looks like I would think there's an electric motor fan inside there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think that's a motor?
Yep.
Northern Explorer is talking to you, Paul Hodges.
What's that?
Northern Explorer is asking, did you get any deers this year?
No, I never even went hunting this year because I couldn't get time off from the bus company because they had no extra drivers. And with Bonnie and everything else, I couldn't get out this year. You know, I just, and you know, and I'm not, I could probably have made other arrangements, but I got 2 dogs too. So if I go away for a few days, it's not like I got a wife at home can look after the dog, right? I'm by myself now. So yeah.
Yeah, there is apps you could use, JD, for free, and it comes up with like circles if you're in a red area, or no fly or restriction height. But UAV forecast is a good one.
There in the center, Paul, almost look like they're round type balls there or something on that ship.
Yeah, I don't. You don't suppose it's a silo or something, but what are the big round caps on top?
Yeah, I don't know what they are. Are they caps? Are they? I don't know. I've never seen anything like that before.
No, I haven't either, but here it looks like you could stand on top of them, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's got a railing around it. There's something wrong with that camera feed anyway. If you notice it's stopping.
Yeah,
it going
yeah,
and
Yeah, I
stopping.
see that. Yeah.
But it is nice and clear.
Yeah, just hit me up anytime, JD, if you want any advice on anything. Not that I know a lot, but if I know it, I'll help you.
Well, Rob, you're going to be on Laura's stream this evening, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Which is
Yeah.
actually 2:00 Eastern time.
Yes.
And
That's that's going to be interesting watching him turn because there's
3.5
nobody
hours from
behind
now.
him.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
he
gonna have to
definitely- he
jump off in a
definitely-
little bit, Paul.
What's that?
I'm gonna have to jump off in a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna be calling it here shortly, but I was gonna wait until we get a good
Yeah.
look at this.
I want to see how he turns that because there's nobody behind to help him steer it around the corner because that thing's
Well,
going to want to go
he's
straight.
if you notice, he's moving faster than the current, so he's got to keep
Yeah.
pressure on it. You know.
Yeah.
Galora, I'm not allowing him on today. Yeah, that's
Hey.
what A maps.
If anybody is out and about this afternoon, you're not doing anything Eastern time, 2:00, go join Laura's channel. They play games and you can sign on to play games with them. And Rob always gets his butt kicked over there. And
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. Rob takes it in humor because it's all meant, it's not hurtful. At least I don't think it is.
No.
But yeah, Laura goes on for about an hour or two,
Yeah, big 2 hours.
depending upon who's on. And
Yeah,
And then if Rob is still full of energy, sometimes he'll go on for an hour or two himself
that's normally on a Thursday.
on Thursdays. But
Yeah.
Laura's on every day now through Christmas Day at 2:00 Eastern.
Yeah, I
That's-
go on
Wow.
3 o'clock your time on a Thursday.
Little
Look at that
Lava
thing go
Laura.
sideways, Paul.
Yep.
It's going
Yep.
sideways.
Yep.
I know JD, but it can be expensive learning curve though at times.
Oh, Laura's going to do a Christmas walk.
Yeah, she done one the other day. She went to an house
Is
with all
that
Christmas. Go on.
this afternoon
Uh,
or evening for you guys? But this afternoon here, is she going to do a Christmas walk of her neighborhood
No.
or?
No, she hasn't said. She hasn't told me about that today. She done one the other day.
Yeah.
She went to a house and they had like 2 big TVs outside
Look at
strapped
that
on their
baby.
house.
Look at that baby swing, Paul.
Oh, just yeah.
He'll get her
Well,
straight back up.
Oh yeah, he looks like he's got her straight again, but he's got to start turning before they even get there.
Yeah.
So that thing can. Yeah.
Well, and besides that, he's got to go down to the Black River and do another swing the other way. And there's a ship down there waiting for him
Oh, to come around the corner.
so it can come up.
Yeah. I'm surprised they don't have another ship in behind it.
Yeah, another tug steering.
So God, yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna jump off.
Okay,
Oh, hang on.
here comes Laura. Hey,
Here she
Laura.
comes.
Yes, I'm doing a Christmas walk straight after my stream.
Okay, so you're
yeah.
going to have your hand camera and you're going to be on the road, right? Oh, you're using your cell phone. That a girl.
Yeah, she got a gimbal on her phone and things.
Okay, that doesn't mean I'm using the gimbal either.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
It
Well,
means I've
good.
got-
But I thought I'd tell everybody if they can come over and visit Laura this afternoon on the East Coast at 2:00. Justin's been going over there regularly.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, he's a regular now.
Yep. And Rob enjoys more people that show up, the less chances that Laura beats up on.
Yeah, not a chance. More people who pick on me.
even
Yeah,
Justin's
Justin.
having a go.
Rob takes a beating over there, that's for sure. Hey, Marcel gets it just as bad though.
yeah.
Well, what I don't understand is Marcel just seems to have an inside track or something. I don't.
Yeah. It's,
Him and Laura like to cheat a lot, so it's just
cheap. Ooh.
Well, the thing of it is, if you have to have either a smartphone and a computer or two computers,
Or just use two screens. Open up
because
another.
you have to play over here and watch over here, because some of the things that the computer's doing, the game's doing, it's asking you to put in questions and type, and you got to be a pretty quick typer too. So,
well, see, that's what I do. I do dual screens. I'll have the stream up on my 43-inch TV, and then I have the game up on my laptop. Same with when I'm streaming with you. You
Same
guys
as
are
me.
up. Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys are up on my TV, and then I pop the chat out on my laptop.
Yeah.
so
And
that's
sausage rolls look nice, Laura.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm proud of myself.
well, you should be. Because if you're not proud of yourself, who's going to be, right?
Definitely not Rob.
Here we go. We're starting already, are we?
I was gonna warm up for this afternoon. You know?
It's the warm up. There you go.
Whatever it is, Justin done it. Yeah.
Doing.
Oh, it's all in a bit of fun. Ah.
You're lucky. I've actually got dressed.
Well,
Lazy kid.
it's good of you to get dressed after making cookies because, but I have a lot of respect for you, Laura, baking in the nude. It's nice to get that heat off the oven.
I definitely wasn't baking in the nude because I've got a child on my sofa.
Oh,
she got her niece there.
Rob told us that you like to bake in the nude. That's the reason we thought.
Don't bring me into it. I didn't say anything. You want to get on them games, you do.
Who's played them?
Yeah, I know. I was joking. Yeah, it would be good though if you could get like a good bunch of people, wouldn't it? Yeah, especially the funny ones where you gotta like pick on somebody.
I think New Year's Eve is. I'll be doing my longer stream.
Yeah, just if we could get
Stream
like,
in the New Year playing Jackbox.
like Justin said, Matt from Northeast, and them sort of people, Adrian, be a good blast, wouldn't it? All them lot.
Well, I've noticed you guys across the pond, you tend to have a darker sense of humor than us Americans do.
Yeah.
Because I know Matt does, man. Them Australians,
Yeah, I like Matt. Where's JD from, man? Anybody know?
Oh, Rob, if you want to come on Jim's show tonight, let me know. It starts at 8 Eastern time. If you're up and you want to go on.
Yeah, I'll let you know. But that's like 2 a.m. for me.
That's above and beyond drones. You
Yeah.
you knew who he was when you saw him in the stream the other
Yes.
day, right?
Yeah. And I think he knows me. I think.
Oh, he knows who you are.
You're muted, Paul.
Everybody knows who Rob is.
We were talking about you in a private chat the other day about your drones, how they DJI replaced them and all that.
I'll.
Just
Yeah,
come in the
I'll-
chat. Just come in the chat and let me know if you're there, and I'll send you a link.
Yeah, I'll definitely do it. Well, I don't know if it'll be today, but I will sort out the day, and do it properly for you.
Okay, well, Paul's probably got to go. I know Rob's got to go. And I'm going to, Laura, thanks for coming in. And we'll look forward to seeing you this afternoon.
What time are you going on?
2 o'clock.
3.5 hours from now.
Yep.
Okay.
2 o'clock Eastern.
All right.
So everybody have a great day, and we'll see you all again next time.
Yep.
Have a good day, guys.